Welcome to this explainer. If you're a creator who's been putting in the work but feeling completely stuck when it comes to your audience reach, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're breaking down a highly actionable step-by-step strategy to blast your content out of stagnant views. We're going to completely transform how you approach your uploads using pure, data-backed strategies derived straight from the source. Let's get into it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think uploading shorts is just a quick 2-minute task? You know the drill. Select the video on your phone, hit publish, and just sit back waiting for those views to roll in, right? Well, I see how hard you're working on your content, but I've got to burst that bubble right here. If going viral was as simple as pressing upload in 2 minutes, literally everyone would be a top-tier creator by now. The truth is, the upload process itself is half the battle.
Here's the hard truth. 99%. That is the staggering percentage of creators who make the exact same fatal errors during the upload process. And because of these slip-ups, they completely fail to signal to the algorithm who their content is actually for. The result? Their views get permanently trapped in that dreaded 1,000 to 2,000 view jail. You do all the heavy lifting with filming, but totally stumble at the finish line.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, why shorts flop. Second, a brilliant audio hack. Third, 3 fatal uploading mistakes you might be making. Fourth, a studio SEO blueprint. And finally, if you stick with me through these technical steps, I'll hand you the ultimate psychological frameworks for the perfect 3-second hook.
Section 1. The trending audio hack. Let's start right out of the gate with a massive algorithmic advantage that you can leverage before you even think about hitting that upload button. Here's exactly how to execute this hack. This happens right inside the YouTube app, right after you select your video duration, which, fun fact, can now be up to a full 3 minutes. First, tap Add Sound and check out the Top Sounds list. These are trending songs the algorithm is actively pushing. You want to pick one of the most popular ones. Step 2 is where the magic happens. Once added, go into your volume settings and drop the volume of that trending sound down to absolute 0. Yep, 0. Step 3, keep your original audio, your own voiceover, at full volume. This brilliant little trick lets you piggyback on the algorithm's push for trending audio without ruining the actual sound of your carefully crafted video. Section 2. 3 fatal uploading mistakes. Time to rip the Band-Aid off and look at the exact traps keeping creators in the 1,000 view jail. Mistake number 1. Ignoring the thumbnail. So many amateurs assume thumbnails just don't matter on shorts, so they let the platform pick some random, boring default frame. But think about it. When your video pops up on a viewer's homepage or browse feature, a random blurry frame gives them absolutely 0 reason to click. Pros, on the other hand, use that little pencil icon during the upload phase to manually scrub through and select the most shocking or suspenseful visual frame. You absolutely need a visual that immediately makes the viewer ask a question. Moving to mistake number 2. Boring titles and terrible tag stuffing. Amateurs will just slap on a title that says, "Wait for the end," followed by 3 emojis and 12 desperate hashtags. You've got to remember, the algorithm isn't a person, it's a machine. It relies on text to understand context. If you don't use keywords, the machine might show your intense gaming video to a baking audience. They'll swipe away instantly, your retention tanks, and the algorithm totally kills your reach. Pros write short, suspenseful titles that actually contain the main keyword, like iPhone if the video is about an iPhone, and they limit themselves to a maximum of 3 highly relevant hashtags. Mistake number 3 is a big one: direct public uploading. When you hit publish immediately, the video goes live in low quality because it hasn't finished processing yet. Pros upload their videos as unlisted and schedule them for later. Why? Because it allows the video to fully process into crisp HD, but more importantly, it gives the platform's bots the crucial time they need to scan your title, your description, and your tags. By the time that video actually goes public, the algorithm already knows exactly which audience feed to blast it into. Section 3. YouTube Studio SEO Secrets. Okay, so your video is sitting safely in unlisted mode. Now, let's leave the main app, open the Studio app, and do the heavy lifting that actually gets you found in search and blasted into the right feeds. Let's look at the anatomy of a perfect description. This is literally a blueprint for giving the algorithm everything it craves. First up, paste your exact title at the very top. Right below that, write a short context summary of what happens in the video. Just this single step helps the system categorize your content as educational or entertainment. Then drop in a business email. Next, list out related questions or searchable phrases that people might actually type in to find a video like yours.
Finally, add your social links like Instagram or Telegram and finish it off with 5 to 7 highly relevant hashtags.
Once your description is locked in, move down to the final tag setup. You need to add highly searchable topic tags. Really think about what a user would type into a search bar. Adding these tags gives the algorithm multiple distinct pathways to connect viewers directly to your content. And finally, before you hit save on that scheduled upload, double-check that your video category is correct. Get all this done, and you can just sit back and let the scheduled upload do its magic.
Section 4. The perfect 3-second hook. We have arrived at the climax of today's explainer. You've nailed the technical upload, you've optimized the SEO, and your title gets the click. But remember, those first 3 seconds absolutely dictate whether a viewer stays to watch or immediately swipes away. Let's break down the 3 psychological triggers you must use in your hook.
The first trigger is curiosity. This is all about planting a burning question in the viewer's mind right from the very first frame. You're creating an unclosable loop. The human brain honestly hates unresolved questions, so they have to stick around until the very end of the video to get the answer.
Let's look at an exact script example directly from our source material. Imagine hearing this in the first 3 seconds. Everyone says consistency grows a channel, but how did I get 10,000 subscribers without posting videos? The secret is in this hidden website. Notice that mysterious tone? It instantly makes you ask, wait, how is that even possible? What website? Boom, you're hooked.
The second psychological trigger is FOMO, or the fear of missing out. This capitalizes on a deeply ingrained human instinct, the intense desire to avoid being left behind by our peers. You want to make the viewer feel like everyone else is succeeding because they know a secret that the viewer doesn't.
Check out this high-energy script example for FOMO. Everyone is getting millions of views with this new growth hack. And you're still using old methods? Use it now before reach drops. See how it creates an immediate sense of inadequacy? It sparks a desperate, instant need for the information you're about to provide. They simply cannot afford to swipe away. The final trigger is urgency. Think of this as the ticking clock scenario. You are forcing immediate action by implying that there's a severe consequence coming or an opportunity that's expiring right this second. Literally nothing stops the scroll faster than the feeling that time is running out.
If you don't turn on this setting before 12 p.m. tonight, your account will freeze tomorrow. Or maybe, YouTube is banning this feature soon, learn it before it disappears. Now remember, you have to adapt these frameworks honestly to fit your specific niche, but the underlying psychology of that ticking clock is just incredibly powerful.
We've covered a massive amount of ground today, from zero-volume audio hacks and unlisted scheduling, all the way to SEO descriptions and 3-second psychological hooks. So, I want to leave you with this provocative challenge. What strategy are you going to change on your very next upload tonight? It's time to ditch that amateur upload and pray method. Take these structured pro-level techniques, apply them right now, and start taking real control of your views. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I can't wait to see how you apply this.